Let's talk about dry February. Hi folks, Jason Capson here, and welcome to my new channel, My Blended and Blessed Family. Monica and I were talking the other day with regards to this sort of interesting thing that goes on in the world with regards to gatherings and social gatherings and how there seems to be, in my opinion at least, a lot of alcohol involved in all of the gatherings, all of the celebrations. There seems to be this propensity where alcohol is a part of celebration. It just seems to be a thing.
And the winner is Martin Payne.
And it's interesting because in my experience as a non-drinker, I always find it interesting how people react when I say no to a drink. And when I was younger, it really, I'll be honest with you, it used to bother me a lot when people would, the peer pressure, they would try to pressure me into having a drink. And it's interesting because you generally wouldn't necessarily do that to a friend or a family member who may or may not have a drinking problem. But with somebody who chooses not to drink for whatever reason, there seems to be this pressure to drink. My wife sends me these clips on a daily basis regularly, and some of them really resonate with me, and this one in particular really hit home. I want to read this quote to you. Anytime drinking tip. You may have heard this one before, maybe not, but this one really hit home with me. When someone says they're not drinking, refusing an alcoholic beverage that you're offering, do not ask why. Just offer a non-alcoholic option, water, juice, pop, and move on. Because whatever the reason is, they've said no to the alcoholic beverage, it's almost always none of your business. And that really resonated with me. It really hit home for me because that was kind of the life that I was living. And I never really talked about the reasons why I don't drink. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have alcohol issues, and they come from families of alcoholics, and maybe they're recovering alcoholics, that kind of a thing. For me, it's a little bit different. I never really took to drinking. I'm not saying I didn't drink. Of course, I've drank in the past, but I never enjoyed it. I never enjoyed the taste of alcohol. I never enjoyed the taste of beer. I never enjoyed the taste of really any alcohol. It really just hits me. I just don't like the taste. I just never enjoyed the taste. And so I never really, certainly didn't enjoy what happened the next day. I certainly didn't enjoy the recovery process. And I certainly didn't enjoy the loss of control that I felt when I would drink. And again, I wasn't a drinker. I never really drank to any degree. I drank a little bit in grade 12. I drank a little bit at university, but that's really about it. I mean, every once in a while, I'll have a drink maybe once every 5 years, maybe once every 6 years kind of a thing. At this point, I can't remember the last, I can't remember the last time that I drank and I tore my hamstring right off the bone. So that's why, big reason why I don't drink. But the biggest reason of all, and this is a very personal reason for me, and it goes back to the story of my brother. And if you've watched some of my other videos, and if you've read the book, Grow Through What You Go Through, it goes into detail about what happened to my brother. My brother died in a motorcycle accident. And ever since that happened, I made a vow that I wasn't going to be a drinker, not because we know for a fact that he was drunk. We do know for a fact that he was drinking earlier that night, and then he got on his motorcycle to go to his girlfriend's house and then hit the curb at a high rate of speed and split and severed his femoral artery and bled out at the scene, died at the scene. And alcohol did play a part in his death. And so I just personally made a decision at that point. Well, one, don't enjoy alcohol. Two, don't enjoy what it does to me. Don't enjoy the taste. Don't enjoy the flavor. Don't enjoy the after effects. Don't enjoy the effects during. I like to be in control. And over the years, all the things that I've gone through in my life, I've always said this. I'm not a big fan of people burying their feelings in alcohol or in drugs or doing those kinds of. I believe that you should feel the feelings.
Huddle up, team. Feelings out 3. 1, 2, 3. Feelings.
I believe that everything that you go through in life, you should feel those feelings, and it builds up the strength. It builds up the armor. It allows you to be stronger for other things that go on in your life. Because the one thing I can tell you for a fact, life is going to happen. Life is going to come at you. Life is going to come at you whether you want it to or not. So I choose to feel those feelings. I choose to not ignore the pain, and I feel it and I deal with the pain. But I chose consciously to not drink. I don't judge people who drink. If you know, my best friend owns a distillery. So it's not that I'm not around people who drink. I just choose not to drink. And when I'm out with them at this point, at my age at this point, people know that I don't drink. They don't even ask me anymore, and and that's fine. It's great. But it's interesting how people seem to be pegged a specific way when they say no to an alcoholic beverage, and there's always this weird peer pressure that goes on when somebody chooses not to drink. Just remember this: you never know. It's none of your business. That's the first thing. If they say they don't want alcohol, give them water, give them juice, offer them something else that doesn't have alcohol in it, because you don't know the reasons. A lot of people don't know the reason. When I tell people I don't drink, they might think it's because I'm a health guy. I was involved with the health and wellness industry for 30 years. But that's not the reason. Yes, I don't want it to affect my health for sure. I want to be healthy, but that's not the reason that I don't drink. I don't drink because of what happened to my brother. I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else in my life. I don't want alcohol to be one of the reasons that somebody passes on, that somebody dies. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. That was the most painful thing, one of the most painful things I've ever been through in my life. That's the reason I don't drink. Plus, I just don't like the taste. So, Dry February. You may have heard about this. It's an initiative that's been started by the Canadian Cancer Society, and they are raising funds. And what they're doing is they are getting people to, make the pledge to not drink for the month of February. They're getting people to raise funds. It's a cool charity kind of thing. You can check it out on the Canadian Cancer Society page. I'm a big fan of the Canadian Cancer Society and the work that they are doing to try to find a cure for cancers. Again, you probably read my mother died of cancer. My brother-in-law died of cancer. I've been touched by cancer like many of you have. I think this is a great initiative. If you can go dry for the month of February, take the money that you were going to spend on liquor and donate it to the Canadian Cancer Society. Now, I can't participate in the Dry February because obviously I'm dry all the time. So I'm going to make a donation. I'm going to take that initiative and I'm going to make a donation to the Canadian Cancer Society for Dry February. And I hope that you will take the same action. I hope that you will take the money that you would have spent on alcohol. You'd probably be surprised how much money that is, but put that money aside. Any money that you're going to spend on alcohol, put it aside and go dry for the month of February. You'll probably be surprised how good you feel. You'll probably be surprised how easy it is. And you will also be surprised at how much money you save, and then give it to a great organization. Put it towards something good. Give back. So I personally would like to try to normalize non-alcoholic gatherings. I would love that to be a thing. And it's interesting because I have been married twice, and at both weddings, there was little to no alcohol. I would love to normalize that. I would love for people to be able to celebrate holidays, to be able to get together as families and as groups and as friends and do it without alcohol. I think that would be fantastic. Again, I don't know when that happened or when it started, when the big shift, but it seems to me, and again, it's just my opinion, maybe it's a maritime thing, I don't know. But it seems to me that every event, every gathering, every the Super Bowl, everything, there's always alcohol that goes along with it. There always seems to be alcohol that needs to go along with it. And that is okay. I'm not suggesting that we need to cut out all the alcohol, but how about we normalize the fact that if somebody doesn't want to drink alcohol, that they can still partake, they can still participate. I've had a blast at every event, every concert, every gathering, every party that I've ever been to, and I don't drink. So I know it's possible. But I just want to normalize it, the fact that there are some people out there who are choosing not to drink, that it's okay, and that we need to simply offer them a non-alcoholic beverage and move on. So here are the benefits to Dry February. This is coming right from their site. The benefits of Dry February. You help people with cancer. Hey, how about that? And again, the way that it works is people are pledging for having to have a dry February. They're getting other people to sponsor them. They're raising money, and then they're going to donate that money to cancer, the Canadian Cancer Society. And again, whether you believe or not, whether you believe in the Canadian Cancer Society, or whether you want to help cancer or not, that really is irrelevant. I do love this initiative, and if you can do it, that would be fantastic. If you live in the United States, I'm assuming there's the same exact kind of thing that goes there. And if there's not, why don't we start it in the United States? Why don't we start it in Australia? In Australia, that might be hard to go dry. But anyways, well, that's a topic for another conversation. I'm joking. I love all my Aussie friends and family and supporters and all the people from Australia. I love you. But what I'm saying is, let's have a dry February around the whole world. Why don't you have a dry February? If you don't have, an exact initiative in place, just start your own. Again, pick a charity of your choice. And for the month of February, don't drink. And take the money that you're going to use towards drinking and give to that charity. You'll feel much better. But anyways, the Dry Feb for Canada, the Canadian Cancer Society, it helps people with cancer. I think that's a great cause. Maybe you have a different cause that you want to support. Cool. It clears your head. Yeah. Alcohol tends to have that effect on people. It does affect your organs. It does affect your brain, your mind, and your emotions to a certain degree. I think we can all agree on that, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, you do you, boo. I just know for me, I'm not a big fan. More energy. Yes, that is an absolute fact. When you drink alcohol, it zaps your energy, not just for the night that you drank till you got blackout drunk, but probably the next day. You will probably be lacking energy the next day unless you are a superhuman, in which case probably didn't affect you at all. Most people, it affects them. Sleeping better. Alcohol definitely affects your sleep. Do some research, check it out. Don't take my word for it. I was in the health and fitness and health and wellness industry, diet industry for over 30 years. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, alcohol affects your sleep. Some people think that alcohol helps them sleep. It does the complete opposite. Alcohol will affect your sleep. It will wreck your sleep. I know people who were drinking on a regular basis, who stopped drinking, getting a little more healthy, drinking more water, and they all of a sudden started sleeping a lot better. It's a whole lifestyle. Weight loss. Alcohol, 100% useless calories. Alcohol does nothing good for your body, despite what you might read on Facebook. It is not true. Alcohol is not good for your heart. Red wine is not good for your heart. You know what is? The resveratrol, which is the stuff that makes the grapes red. Just eat the grapes. You don't need the alcohol. Your body doesn't know what the heck to do with alcohol. So you don't need the alcohol. Let's have a dry February. Sense of achievement. Just think about it. If you drink on a regular basis, if you're a regular drinker, if you have a glass of wine every evening, if you have a glass of wine on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and again, no judgment. I'm just saying, from a pure financial standpoint, that costs money. What would happen if you took the whole month of February and took that money and put it aside and donated it to your favorite charity? Donated it to a shelter. Donated it to some children in need. Donate it to cancer. Whatever the case may be. Let's have a dry February and let's see if we can normalize non-alcoholic gatherings. Let's see if we can normalize that. Let's see if we can have a Super Bowl party without alcohol. Oh, that would be crazy, Capson. I think it can happen. I've done it for years. I've never missed a Super Bowl. Haven't drank it one. I'm sure you can do the same thing. Now again, please take this for what it is. This is not me judging people who drink. Everybody, you do you. You do whatever's best for you. This is simply me suggesting that for the month of February, I think this is a great initiative, that we can all go dry for the month of February and take that money that we were going to spend on alcohol and donate it to our favorite charities or the Canadian Cancer Society. I think it's a great initiative and I think we should give that a shot. Dry February. Are you on board? I hope you're on board. Go dry this February. The link is in my bio below. Click on it, check it out. If you want to do it, go ahead. If you don't want to do it, that's okay too. But check out the other links down there. If you want a copy of my book, there's a link there for that as well and some other things. Thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you enjoy the new direction that my channel is going to be heading in. I'm going to be focusing much more on my family, on my crazy life that I've lived, and this blended and blessed family that I have. In case you didn't know, we now have children that range in age from 10 to 27. And I've got 2 girls, she's got 3 boys. we live quite a life. It's blended. It's a blended family with all of its ups and downs and trials and tribulations and all kinds of things that you have to deal with that you didn't know that you were going to have to deal with going in. But love wins. Love wins the day. I fell in love, and that's all that matters. That's all that should matter. That is the language that we should all be speaking. Speak with love. Love. Take care, guys.